Okay, cool. Good morning. Today, you have a weird look on your face like this. I can't help but say that. Today we're going to be doing completing the square. It's something that you learn briefly in Algebra 1. We're going to get more intense on it to Algebra 2. So be ready. It's completing the square Algebra 2 version. Ready, class?
Ready.
Ready. Ready, class?
Ready.
Yay, math?
Yay, math.
Good job. I knew you had it in you. Okay, here we go. Write the following equation. All right, here we go. We're going to solve this. Can it be factored?
No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Please factor.
I might have been kidding.
I might have been kidding, okay? It's a good joke. A lot of people your age say, I lied. And I'm like, why do you lie?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can factor. I know it's a joke when they say I lied. You can factor this, right? What two numbers multiply to 1 and add to 6? There are no two numbers. We're getting into multiple solving strategies. Factoring is one strategy. We've done graphing as one strategy. All right? Another strategy is called completing the square. So we're going to solve this without factoring now. The way to solve using completing the square is to do the following. This is the number c, correct? A is 1, B is 6, C is 1. So this C does not help us. We're going to move the C to the other side. So subtract 1 on both sides. And what you're going to write is x squared plus 6x. Leave a space equals -1. Leave a space for the new C. So we're going to add a new C here. Okay? This C, gravity. This C, point out the obvious. This C is obtained by doing the following task. What you do is, you take, is this on the screen here?
Half.
Almost?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
And also there's a glare right where the new C will be.
Was I in the way of the glare?
Yeah.
B over 2 squared. So here's what you do. Okay, I'll tell you. What is B in this case? 6. So the new C is when you take B, half it, and then square that number. So what is half of this? 3. And what's the square of that? 9. So we add 9 to both sides. Every time. Plus 9, plus 9. So I'm going to put this over here. Okay. Every single time. Yes, this is a rule. Every single time you want to add your new C, it's half of B squared. Okay, good times. Can this, cool. Can this be factored now? Yes? What does it become?
9x squared. 9x squared.
Not 9x squared.
No.
X plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3. Proof.
Oh.
X plus 3 times x plus 3 foils out to become x squared plus 6x plus 9. When you foil, you'll see. We'll go through the process. X squared plus 6x plus 9. So it's the same. X plus 3 times x plus 3. So I'm going to ask that we write it like that. Let's write it like that. Yes?
So you're saying whenever we have the new C, we also put the new C after the equals?
Whatever we do to one side in math, we have to do the other side. So when we add 9, the only way this equation balances is we add 9 to the other side as well. So yeah, whatever we add here, and in this case it's 9. Also a big hint. Whenever you add the new C, you could start immediately going into something like this. You know, you don't have to erase the 3. You can go immediately into something like this. And this number will always be half of B. It's a rule, if you want to use that. So this number will always be B over 2. Keep that in mind for the next problem. Right? B is 6, so half of B is 3.
So you don't really have to find the 9.
You do have to find the 9. It's a good question. You do have to find the 9 because you have to know what to add to the other side.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
But that's right. Technically, well, you could go from here and be like, oh, I can go straight to x plus 3 squared. But I need to know what to do the other side. So you need this. Okay, so simplify over here. Negative 1 plus 9 is 8. I know, it's cool. I have the Friday feeling too. For those at home, it's Friday. But they're watching on like a Tuesday night. It sucks to be you. Just kidding. We're all laughing at them because we agree. Yeah. Now, how do we get rid of this squared? This squared. How do we get rid of a square? Square root. Yeah. So we take the square root of both sides. Now the square is gone. X plus 3 equals the square root of 8. Simplifies.
2 squared 2.
2 root 2. So yeah, let's do it. I'll do the steps. 4 times 2. Square root of 4 comes out as 2. So that square root of 4 became 2 on the outside. Square root of 2 stays inside here. So x plus 3 equals 2 root 2. Hopefully you can see. I'll take it off to avoid confusion. And here's another thing I want to introduce to you now. Whenever you take the square root of both sides, or whenever you take the square root of a number, get into the habit of going plus or minus. Whenever you take the square root, say plus or minus. Isolate x by doing what on both sides? Subtract 3, and we're done. X equals negative 3 plus or minus 2 root 2. In other words, 2 answers. 2 answers. Negative 3 plus 2 root 2 and negative 3 minus 2 root 2. Okay, questions before we do the next one? The next one will be easier because we have the process established. Okay, so now we're going to fast forward the erasing. You think they really think it's fast forwarded?
Yeah, it looks.
It looks like
Really
it.
high voice.
Okay, x squared minus 8x plus 24. Yeah, I should have spoken that high voice. The high voice is the key. Like, now for the next problem. Mr. Adu, Mr. Adu. You should do that too. Yeah, you should do that. Yeah, make it realistic. And then one person has the regular voice, and we're all like mad at them, like, you're supposed to speak in the high voice now. And then when you fast forward, it looks really weird. Okay, step 1. Subtract. What?
Negative 24.
Subtract 24. Let's see if I don't offer one thing in this, and I just basically ask you what you remember.
Space.
Space. Space. And the new C will be obtained by doing what to what, and then whatting it?
Over 2.
8 squared.
Yeah, you want to say it? Go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Half of 8 squared.
Half of
Negative 8.
negative 8 squared. That'll come in handy. So what's half of negative 8?
Negative
Negative 4
4.
squared is
16.
Bravo. Okie doke. Now we can jump straight into writing.
X plus
X.
x minus 4 squared.
Okay, x.
Minus 4.
This was always what of b?
Half.
Half of b. What's b?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. So what's half of negative 8?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Good. Again, this is always half of b. And so since b is negative 8, this is negative 4. And by the way, what's really good about all this, everything we're doing, you can check it. If you're saying, I don't know if this is the same as this, FOIL. And you'll see that you get the same thing, like we did over here before. Okay. Negative 24 plus 16 simplifies?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. What do we do to both sides?
Square root.
Square root. Does the color help this thing? Like doing it like switching?
Yeah.
Like I'm introducing the square root? That's my feeling. Okay, and now what do we write? X minus 4 equals square root of negative 8. What do you got?
I have a question.
Question,
on
love it.
Step.
Yeah.
For x minus 4 to the second,
Yeah.
how does that equal that?
How does x minus 4 to the second equal -8?
No, like simplify from the top one.
Oh, how does x minus 4 to the second equal this? What's really good is that if you have a question, everyone will have the same,
Well,
many
can
people
you-
have the question.
Can you
so
write
it's-
it out like that?
You eventually need to, yeah, but if you put it in squared form, you can see that square rooting it will get rid of the square. But these two are equivalent, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if those two are equivalent, yeah, the square root, you can take one off and write this.
Okay.
So it's fine. But this is more elegant. This is like the way it's supposed to be. But I don't mind if you do it the other way. Okay, so yeah, square root of -8, we had it last off, yes?
Is it 2i root
2. Is it 2i root 2 or is it 2i root 2?
2i root 2.
Okay, there you go. 2i root 2. We're just talking about in and out. It's like I would like a double-double animal style or I would like a double-double animal style.
Wait, what? I don't get it.
Are you asking or are you saying?
What are people not from the West are gonna say to that?
In and out's the bomb. Hope you get it. Oh wait, I'm missing something.
Negative.
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus, right? And now what to both sides?
Add 4.
Add 4. X equals 4 plus or minus 2i root 2. So here's what's interesting. If you can understand this, you're ahead of the curve. Literally and figuratively. What kind of graph is this? A parabola, right? Remember the solutions of a parabola, and this opens up. Solutions of a parabola are when it touches the x-axis, correct? So if the solutions are when it touches the x-axis, these two solutions are imaginary, meaning there's no real number. It's not a real number. So this parabola, we can predict,
Is above the x-axis.
is above the x-axis. Exactly right. This parabola will be somewhere along the lines of here.
So shouldn't it just be 0?
Sorry?
Shouldn't it just be like 0?
No, okay, yeah, you're saying,
the x-axis.
no, there is a solution, and the solution is imaginary. Meaning, we could actually, if you plugged in 4 plus 2i root 2 into this, squared it here, multiplied it by 8, and added 24, it would equal 0. It's fascinating. You understand what I mean? If you take 4 plus 2i root 2 and plug it into x and solve, you check your work, that's 0. If you take 4 minus 2i root 2, plug it into x and solve, you'll get 0 too. So it always checks out. It always checks out. One more. One more. Here it comes. How do you say one more in Spanish?
Uno más.
Una más. How do you say one more in French?
Bonjour.
How do you say one more in Chinese?
Shomra.
Good job.
I'm good.
How do you say one more in Ebonics? I actually say it. I say it in other videos. Wa mao. Wa mao.
I don't think we should have done the video.
Nah, it's alright. Wa mao. Mow. Mow the lawn. I grew up mowing the lawn. It's for real. I shoveled driveways of snow for $10. I remember.
Where'd you grow up?
Maryland. So like when it snowed, it'd be like, time to make some money. And I'd take my shovel and I'd go to driveways like, can I shovel your driveway for $10? And they'd be like, okay.
Did they have Wawas there?
Yeah, Wawa, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd shovel, and the driveway was clean so they can go in and out, and I'd get $10. I do like 7, I do like, yeah, back in the day when I was a kid, man, it was like more than 10 years ago, whatever. So I did like 7 or 8
That's
houses.
not bad, $80
Yeah,
a
I made
day.
$80 for a day.
And then
I could crank one out in like 30, 40 minutes. Because they have those snow shovels, you
Yeah,
know those?
the wide ones.
They kind of look like a curve, like a parabola. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's a mixture.
This one's going to be a little more intensive. It's the last one.
Yeah, solid.
This whole thing in which we take half of b and square it only works if a equals 1. Again, the thing what we talked about, half of b and squaring it, is with a equals 1. How can we make a equal to 1 here? Divide by 2 on both sides. So if we divide by 2 on both sides, so this is what I was saying at the beginning, this is the Algebra 2 style. Alright, we're getting more intense. X squared minus what? 5 over 2x plus what? 3 over 2 equals 0. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. Subtract 3 halves on both sides. Subtract 3 halves on both sides. Okay, new magical C. What is half of 5 over 2?
2.5 over 2.
Or negative 5 over 2. It's better.
2.25. 10 over 2.
What do you multiply to make it half?
1
Negative
over
10 over
Multiply by a half, right? This is half of 5 over 2.
Alright.
Alright, so what's that?
Negative.
Negative 5 over 4. Okay, negative 5 over 4. And then what do we do to that number?
Square it.
Square it. So what's negative 5 over 4 times negative 5 over 4?
Negative 25, 16.
Positive.
Oh, positive.
Positive 25 over 16. 25 over 16. Okay. Questions on that? Yeah, you just get into the flow. It's all right. You get into the flow, you'll be okay. Plus 25 over 16 plus 25 over 16 line. And now, let's not, as the expression goes, break our heads. Let's not break our heads. What are we going to write in here? X minus b over 2.
Oh,
5,
4.
5 over 4. Brilliant. Squared equals. Okay, so you have calculators at your disposal, but if you did not, let's multiply. What's this common denominator? Times 8.
16.
Times 8 top and bottom.
Yeah.
Right?
Negative 24.
Negative 4.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
1.
Yeah,
It's 1, yeah. You got it, That's right. Negative 3 over 2 plus 25 over 16 times 8, negative 24 over 16 plus 25 over 16. And so this becomes 1 over 16. 1 over 16. Okay. Wasn't so bad, was it? You guys feel like you're at the dentist? Oh, you're cured. $5. Tooth fairy. Do you guys still get money from the tooth fairy?
No.
Okay.
Your teeth still fall out?
Yeah, my wisdom teeth.
Oh, I should have been big.
I'm not smart anymore.
You were so
X.
yesterday.
Wisdom. Minus 5 over 4 equals square root of 1 over 16.
1/4.
1/4?
1/30.
Yeah. Plus or minus 1/4. Good. Plus 5 over 4, and we're done. Well, pretty much. Plus 5 over 4. Plus 5 over 4. Okay, very careful. Very careful. 5 over 4 plus 1 over 4.
6 over 4.
6 over
or
4.
3 halves.
Which cancel, which simplifies to 3 over 2. Good.
Wait, what?
Say it again. 5 over 4. I'm glad you're asking. It's good. 5 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is what? 6 over 4. Let's write it out. This is our little work corner. 5 over 4 plus 1 over 4 equals 6 over 4 equals 3 over 2.
Well, what if it's minus?
Can't also be mine.
We're going to do that next.
Okay.
We're doing that next. So one of the answers is 3 over 2. And now, yes, 5 over 4 minus 1 over 4. It's both of them, right? Minus 1 over 4. It says plus or minus, so we have to do both.
That's 4 plus 1.
So that'd be
4 over 4, which is 1. The answers are 3 over 2 and 1.
Would it be and or just and?
And.
Oh.
This is a parabola that touches the x-axis at 3/2 and 1. All right, so let's leave off with you wanting to kill me. Ready?
We're gonna have to grab this one.
No. It's one of those like, oh my god, how come you made us do that work? You'll see what I mean. Here we go.
You're gonna show us like a shortcut or something?
Yeah.
What is the shortcut?
I don't know.
Anyone can guess what the shortcut is?
Yeah.
Oh, you draw the square thing. The thing we learned in algebra.
No, we've done it before.
Factor.
Factoring.
I don't like that.
Factoring likes you.
Both you told me I was wrong.
It'll take a long way.
Factoring is the premier solving method. Factoring is the quickest, most elegant way to solve. It is. Seriously, factoring is like, if a math student can't say they can factor, it's like a baker saying they can't make apple pie or something. It's like that. You gotta be like, a baker's gotta know apple pie. Let's do it. Come on, ready? What two numbers multiply to what?
3.
3.
1 and 3.
3. So 1 and 3. Where are we putting the 1? Where are we putting the 3?
How does that work? But it's
Yeah, one goes
Two
on
X and
We
one.
look at this number, we're like, what two numbers multiply? So we're gonna put the 1 here.
what two numbers multiply to that
And then
one?
Yeah, multiply to 3 and add to -5 with the process of foiling.
Right, because it's a day.
Yes. With the process of foiling. So we'll put the 1 here and we'll put the 3 here.
It won't work.
Ready? Signs?
plus minus.
Let's talk about it again. What two numbers, what only two numbers can multiply to a positive and add to a negative? Minus, minus. Minus, minus. Okay, set both to 0. 2x minus 3 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. Line. Solve. X equals plus 3 divided by 2. Yeah?
I don't remember the 3 one.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We need to talk about factoring more. If you're comfortable with factoring, you would say, what two numbers multiply to 3 instantly? That's the thing. Okay, so you can pick it up. See this number here? The next step in your education is two numbers that multiply to this.
Oh my god, that's
Okay.
so much shorter.
So why do we need a difference between the square one?
Yes, with foiling.
They do.
Foil it, you'll see.
Wait, why do we need
I
a
can do that without the 2.
Good, so you're on your way. It's okay, you'll be okay.
why do we need to complete the square when we can?
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah. Climactic moment. Look, are you surprised that the answers are the same?
No.
No.
No. So in other words,
Is that just another method?
it's another method to solve.
That's a really bad method.
Factoring. I love it. Factoring is the best method. So do you think that factoring was easier? Or factoring was better?
Yeah.
So factoring is the premier solving method. It's when we can't factor that we use other methods like completing the square. Like the problems we did before.
Can I just stick with complete the square and the other methods?
Yes.
How is that any different than what we were doing before?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's not. This is factoring.
Oh.
But before, remember the first problem, x squared plus 6x plus 1? We couldn't factor that. Remember? We couldn't factor it, so we did completing the square. You'll see it on your paper. But this we can factor. The point of what I was saying is that, what I'm trying to tell you, is that this has solutions. It doesn't matter if you factor, it doesn't matter if you complete the square, it doesn't matter if you use the quadratic equation, which is what we're doing next week. It doesn't matter if you graph it. It doesn't matter if you look at it and you ask God, what's the answer? The answer will always be the same. Okay? That's the idea. And factoring is the premier method. Because look, it was a snap. As opposed to doing what we did before, minus, minus, b over 2 squared, yada, yada. Any questions more? That was really good. It was good. High impact. You guys stuck with it well. How long was that? Ready?
No.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. We can stop it now.
V.